Hi there, it's Ms. Pakofna,
And Miss My Rose.
and here is a video to explain what peer observations are, why they're important, and how to do them.
Okay, so the purpose we want to start with. As you know, the McCrell system is designed for growth. So we want this peer observation cycle to be a part of that reflective opportunity so that you can continue to practice and grow before your summative evaluation. And we know sometimes that observing or evaluating peers can be uncomfortable, but rest easy knowing that this is simply designed to be a positive thing for you to gain information and to continue to grow in your practice and reflection.
So here is a timeline of everything that you need to have done for peer observations. First, the deadline is to complete this training by Tuesday the 2nd. The next deadline is on Friday the 5th to have the pre-conference and observation with your teacher scheduled. We will have optional training at 8 o'clock in the front office if you want more information. The following deadline is going to be on Friday the 12th. You should have your pre-conference and observation complete. The observation is about 45 minutes, and you should also have your post-conference scheduled by this time as well. Everything needs to be finalized in McCrell with signatures and post-conference completed in MyTalent, the McCrell system, by Tuesday the 16th.
Okay, so as you can see here, there are only specific standards that are observed during the peer observation. For standard 1, it's only standard 1A, and you will see on the next slide, there are only 3 descriptors that are included in that part of the evaluation. And then for standard 2, it's all but 2E. Standard 3 and 4, we will be observing and evaluating all indicators within standards 3 and 4. As the red boxes indicate here, this is standard 1A, as we mentioned on the last slide. So you can see that you will only be looking where it says observable. You will only be looking at proficient, accomplished, or distinguished. Those 3 bottom indicators for those. Those are the only items that you're looking for teachers demonstrate leadership.
And also in future standards, just while we see this one here, if it's not observable, then you're going to check not look for. That wouldn't apply here, but something that's not observable, you would check not look for. Something has to be checked in all of these boxes. Sometimes one of the hardest things about observing a peer is knowing whether to mark developing, proficient, accomplished, or distinguished. So as a general rule, we think of developing as a teacher knows about that standard and they're trying it. Might not be successful, but they're trying it. Proficient means that they're being successful with the standard and it's translating to student learning. So not only are they trying it, it's working, but it's actually impacting students. Accomplished means that not only are they trying it, it's working, it's successful, it's translating to student learning, but they're a role model for others in the school. So maybe they're leading professional development about it, maybe they're coaching other teachers about a particular element in a standard. And finally, distinguished is all of those things and it goes beyond our school. So maybe this teacher is doing something to model an element at the state level.
Okay, to highlight some of the pieces of the peer observation, there has to be a pre-conference. And a pre-conference can be a simple review of the lesson plans where you might ask about or review the lesson objective, the prior learning as it relates to the objective, strategies that teacher is trying to use or is attempting to use in that lesson, the assignment itself, and then how they are going to assess what the student has learned in that lesson. Once you have that, when you go to fill in the peer observation, it's going to ask you for artifacts. Nothing is required necessarily because it is not listed in red. So that is optional.
And the last piece of the training that we want to point out to you guys is a PDF that has been included in the training documents that you've received. This guide really shows you exactly how to go through step by step in MyTalent, how to complete the peer observation. And we're not going to read this to you because you can follow the steps. So you'll go through all of the different steps to complete the peer evaluation. Remember that all of these little things, we want them to end up being green at the end. This is where we were talking about artifacts. Artifacts are not in red here, so you don't need to enter anything in this box. And the last thing we want to point out to you is marking a teacher in a particular element as developing, proficient, accomplished, distinguished, etc. So if, let's just say that you wanted to mark off this here for proficient, it doesn't, in order for this to be true, all of these things in the categories further to the left need to be true as well. So if you wanted to mark this for how you wanted to evaluate the teacher, then they would need to have both of these checked in developing as well. Thanks for paying attention during your brief but hopefully informative peer observation training. If there is anything else that we can do for you, please remember to ask, and don't forget to adhere to those deadlines.
We'll be available on Friday the 5th at 8 a.m. So if you have any questions, let us know.